Evaluate the integral from 1 to e to the 4th of the natural log of the square root of x. This doesn't look like it, but it is an integration by parts question. Usually, for integration by parts, we have two functions multiplied by each other. And that's not the case here. But you can insert a 1 as the second function and have that. And so, from that point, then we need to choose u. Using the hierarchy, the mnemonic, liate, we can see it at the very top of the list is logarithmic functions. And so that will be what we should let the natural log of the square root of x equal. But actually, if you look closely at that, it can be simplified. It's the natural log of x raised to the half power. And the property of logs allows you to bring that half down in front. And so if you let u be equal to 1/2 the natural log of x, then your derivative would be that same 1/2 times 1 over x. Okay, the reason why you want to take the derivative is you want to get du, and then for the other part, then that would be dv. And so 1 dx is what dv is, and then you take the integral of that part to get v. And so v is equal to x, and dv, that came from dv being 1 dx. So we have all the parts for integration by parts. Now we have to put them together. Let's do that on the next slide. And so we'll get uv minus the integral of v du. 1/2 x, the natural log of x, minus the integral of 1/2 times 1 over x, and then there's another x dx. Those x's cancel, and just integrating them half. You can pull the half out, and that's just an x. And so here's your antiderivative, 1/2 x log x minus 1/2 x. If you knew the integral of log x, you could have just used that too. But that's not something that you readily know. Hopefully, it's something that you can have on your cheat sheet. The integral of log x is x log x minus x. So with this, now we treated it as an indefinite integral until we got the full antiderivative, and now we want to use the bounds and plug them in. Fundamental theorem of calculus. Plug in the e to the 4th, plug in the 1, and subtract. Every place you see an x, our job is to put an e to the 4th in. Every place you see a 1, x, our job is to put a 1 in. So here we go. E to the 4th log e 4th minus e to the 4th. And then 1 log 1 minus 1. Okay, now the way this works is the e to the 4th log e to the 4th, these guys cancel and you just get a 4. The natural log of 1 is 0. And so we'll have 4 e to the 4th minus an e to the 4th, and then from the other part we'll have a 0 minus the 1. Putting these two guys together, we'll get 3e to the 4th, and then watch these minuses here, it'll be plus 1. That's your final answer with a half on the outside.